Grace and peace for you that are listening to me. Thanks a lot for connecting and tuning in to make this Bible study together. I would like to ask you to subscribe in the channel and give me a like so that this community will be able to grow each time more. Today we're going to be talking about Paul's great love. Our main Bible verse is in Acts chapter 19, verse 8. He went into the synagogue and spoke boldly for 3 months, reasoning and persuading concerning the things of the kingdom of God. So here we have a context where Paul, the former Saul, is now a converted Christian man. He is a very devout man to God, and he is here in a determined city where he is speaking for 3 months with these Jews who he wants them to become Christians, converted Jews. Happens to be that some certain areas of Israel in that time, they had different types of attitudes towards these so-called Christians. Some of them would simply turn their faces and they wouldn't listen, but others, they were willing to go the next step. They were willing to do what they thought was true, what was right. They would stone these people to death because in their concept, these so-called Christians were actually committing blasphemy against God. So Paul here, he stays in this determined area during 3 months, and he himself says that if it was possible, he would give himself into sacrifice so that these Jewish men could be saved and understand that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. See, Paul, he was not only willing to go there and dedicate his time, but he was also willing to sacrifice his own life, because he understood that the covenant was originally made only for the Israelite people. See, we even hear in the Bible verse, don't be so full of yourself, because God he inserted the Gentiles into the tree of life. See, like the original plan of God was only the Israelites would receive salvation. But with the coming of Jesus Christ and the expansion of the plan, it became possible for every person who believes in Jesus. So here we see that Paul's great love is very similar to the way that Jesus was thinking as well. Jesus, though, he came as the sacrifice because he was the Son of God. He is the Son of God. He is God. It's a 3-in-1 God. It's kind of hard for you to understand, but after you start understanding it, you see how clear it is. It's a Father, it's a Son, it's a Spirit. They three live in communion. It's a high dial connection, a high internet connection, where they know and feel and see everything that each other sees and knows, and a many other series of things. What we want to emphasize today is that Paul, he was willing to give his life because he knew the risk that he was taking in spreading out the gospel in these determined cities. Because for FYI, for your information, this is Apostle Paul, who was Saul before, the persecutor. So Saul, and he was one of the highest he was one of the highest members of the Jewish council. So he knew very well which cities would accept the word, would accept the gospel. He knew which cities would just turn their faces. He had an idea, right, of what cities would do this, and he had a very clear idea of what cities would not have pity and stone him to death. And here he says that even to those cities, he would be willing to go there so that these men could understand what the power of God was and is. So today, we as Christians, we should understand that even though there is a great risk that we might put ourselves into, oh, I know that at my company nobody likes Christian people, so I don't even say that I'm Christian. There, I even pretend that I'm not Christian. Well, you see, you should, if that's your situation, I would definitely give a 5 minutes to a 5-10 minute prayer before I went to work, and I would talk to a leader so that he could help me, so how I could disinvolve this my character in my working area. You see, it is very important that in determined moments we do not deny Christ. Of course, if you're a recently converted Christian, a new Christian, and you're still understanding what faith is, and how does it work, this is okay. Don't calm down. Don't rush your horses. It's just something that we should understand that in the long run, probably it's not so much of an advantage to be in a place where Jesus is not accepted. Because where Jesus is not accepted, definitely Christians are not accepted. So we shouldn't be there. I hope this video has been a blessing for your life. My name is Bertrand Aaron.